Hey guys, Search Your Reactions here. We're back. I'm Shane.
Zach.
I'm James.
I told you Zach could be back. Zach's back.
Zach, baby.
All right, so last time what happened? James, remember?
Yeah, so last episode, season 11, episode 1, the premiere.
Mm-hmm.
It was a pretty good episode. Maggie and Negan reunited. And Maggie decided to take them on a little adventure down like a train station, right? Train tunnel.
Yeah.
Got them in a hell of a situation.
Well, they're trying to find some resources.
Trying to find resources. That's pretty much what that episode was about, was finding resources. Because Alexandria was getting really low on resources. Maggie and I can't remember the other guy's name, but they were kind of disagreeing on, should they leave Alexandria to go look for resources or would they be okay? Well, Maggie kind of took control of the situation and said, hey, we're going. That's when Daryl and some other people volunteered. Yeah, we got to go get resources.
Yeah, so they decided to do that. And as we all know, I know Negan's like one of your favorite characters.
I love Negan. And,
we haven't heard, so I know you love Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Have you been pretty appreciative of his performance in there? I think it's very Jeffrey Dean Morgan-ish.
It is.
And I'm fine with it.
He was cast well.
Oh, yeah, he definitely was.
Reminiscent of his role as the comedian.
Yeah.
More so than Supernatural.
Supernatural
is kind of a man's man.
He is. Yeah.
And the Watchman.
Man, I love Supernatural.
He's just an absolute dick, and I love it.
Yeah.
But
he's like, and I feel like, just like you said, he's kind of like that in this.
He's not my top pick favorite actor.
Yeah.
But he just has a lot of swagger.
Oh, he's cool as shit.
He's got a lot of swagger on screen.
No.
Because he's not the most amazing actor ever.
Yeah.
But he's got a lot of presence.
He does.
And it's just,
presence being the big thing.
Yeah.
So, even though he's been my favorite antagonist, I know you disagree.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you feel about it, Zach. We actually haven't talked too much off camera about it. The Savior storyline, even though he was literally a shining gem, I thought it was a little long and didn't like it too much.
Well, usually what carries anything for me is a good villain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciated it. I had to recap a lot.
So, yeah.
To catch up because I consecutively watched the first season and second season a long fucking time.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah.
But no, I think that he just a good villain brings a lot to a story, even when it's a weaker storyline.
Yeah.
So.
Well, for me, that saved the show. In my opinion.
And I appreciate that. You can have a really strong story and no villain when there are zombies.
Yeah, you can.
But when there's human elements like that, for instance, you have the governor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you compare guys like him who wanted to make history.
Yeah.
And shit, and compared to him, who's kind of like, I don't want to say he's like Ray's Blackbeard and Black Sails.
Yeah.
But he just kind of reminds me of that kind of character, in a sense.
Yeah, he kind of does.
So
speaking of the governor, did you like the governor's storyline?
I liked it quite a bit.
Yeah, that was good.
Everyone who's in this world is they all have a tragic story.
Yeah.
And and when that happens, you're gonna have everyone you meet's gonna be crazy and what's it gonna say?
Fucked up. They're gonna be fucked up.
Yeah, basically fucked up.
Yeah.
But the ending shocked me the most. I thought Maggie's hanging there. Okay, now Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Negan is going to save her, and this is how
redemption.
There's going to be some trust here.
Mm-hmm.
We just let her go.
Yeah.
We probably saw that when she came back, everything got fucked up for him.
It did.
Because he was on kind of, I wouldn't say easy path, but
he was on a stronger path.
A lot more people were treating him differently. Noticeably, and then she comes back, and that was changed the dynamic.
Yeah, I felt really bad actually for him, and I know I shouldn't have because of all the shit he did. But he.
In terms of feeling bad for a fictional character,
right?
He's turned his life around in a good way, and then he
shows glimmers of this where he just doesn't save her and he has a chance.
I forgot to tell you. So you guys remember the line where he basically tells Maggie, "I don't want to be killed and dragged in the dirt like a dog, like Glenn."
Because I am not going to let you drag me through the mud, filth, and slime to put me down like a dog, like Glenn was.
Yes, that was fucking
okay.
incredible.
So I just read today, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, when he got the script, he's like, I can't say that. It's terrible. Because he called Angela Kang, the showrunner, and he's like, he can't say this because we're trying to redeem this guy. It just doesn't make sense. So
wow,
she's not on the ground floor when they're filming probably.
Yeah.
So he does your husband. He does him. And he does all these different things.
None of it worked.
And then he did the lines. I guess it works. He said it's pretty cool.
It's pretty fucking cool.
Well, it just he says it so well. But I felt what Maggie felt. I was like, you fucking asshole.
It was vicious. It was
a vicious line.
It
was. He was being dragged out there to be killed.
Yeah.
So I can understand his feeling. Probably a little pissed. So
He's probably pissed, but
got some bite to his words.
Yeah.
I mean, when you factor in with the paranoia that he had that was justifiable, you can kind of see why a little bit of the old Negan was going through the cracks there.
When you go in survival mode, you'll tap into like any reserve. Like it could be a traumatic past, it could be like a violent past, and make you survive.
Now, what's interesting now is, you know, if when Maggie comes back, which we assume she'll come back, I don't know if she'll meet up with Negan again, but if she does...
You mean like live, right?
Yeah, if she lives and meets up with Negan again, all the shit that he was saying, people just ignored because he was Negan. But they were valid points.
Yeah.
And, you know, if she comes back, I wonder if she'll be like, yeah, you were fucking right. Probably not.
I don't know.
Yeah, he left her to die.
He left her to die.
Negan saved this kid's life when no one was listening.
Yeah.
And then, like, he had him fighting off himself. And it did one of those things. I almost didn't like it because it gets in real close. But actually, the choreography was good. And then he looked and everyone just staring at him, like, not going to help him at all. It kind of pissed me off.
Yeah, no big yeah.
So, anyway, so that's kind of the drama of the situation. I don't think Maggie's going to die. But I just hope the dog's okay.
Yeah, the
dog got away and Daryl chased after him.
Fucking Daryl chased the dog. I can't believe it.
And that's it.
Let's get it.
There's no way she's dying.
Car to car till we hit the front of the train, and we'll hop off, and we'll just keep going.
Who the fuck will leave Maggie behind?
It's Pirates Code, man.
Yeah.
The Pirates Code is no man left behind.
No. Any man that falls behind gets left behind.
Well, Daryl got the dog back.
I just make that place look like this basement. Sands is the background.
I'm rich, bitch.
Last night, did you see how she was looking at her? She knew he was fine. No one is actually will believe me. They'll be honest. Ezekiel's gone. Anticipation of the next question, I looked everywhere. I swear, no one's saying anything. Someone talk him. Anticipation of his follow-up query. I don't know how I know. I only know that I'm freaking out. It's probably because he told off the big guy. Oh, come on, he's off the big guy.
Chill out, dude.
But one of our people? What have you done with him? I demand to know where he's been taken.
Calm down. I don't know where your friend is.
There's no reason for us to continue this conversation. Who do you report to?
You want to speak to my supervisor?
That's right. We want to talk to the manager.
I could just watch Daryl just walk around, find shit, and there's no dialogue.
It's like,
Hell yeah.
Fucking Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Wandering around.
It's weird just actually because I recently played that game and when I haven't watched this in a long time, that's what I thought of. You just wander around.
Zombie? Oh, yeah.
The hobo zombie.
Hobo zombie.
It is like
We found it's just a guy. Alcohol.
like Bill Murray. Did you see Zombieland?
Yeah.
Like Bill
He's
Murray.
like pretending to be a zombie all the time, and that fucking guy shoots him.
Yeah. Now,
What the fuck is that? Goddamn dog. I'll get you in trouble. Oh,
You think you've been assessing me? No, dear. I've been assessing you.
Voice doesn't sound like it should be coming out of her.
You raked one of my people over the coals due to a $2 bill, which makes me believe your currency is the US dollar, and that you need to strictly control the amount in circulation. I have reason to believe my brother, a thoracic surgeon, is living out the Commonwealth and is looking for me. I'd like expedited processing for my group.
What do you guys handle that one? Get tired out, take over.
Negan's trying to take control again.
What's code? It's SOS.
Maggie.
Whoa.
Look at his face.
Oh, he made it.
Maggie.
Ah! How does she not automatically shoot him?
I slipped. He saw, and he left me to die.
She was in trouble and I didn't help. There is a big difference.
Okay, so listen to me now. She was just talking about murdering me. Sooner rather than later. And yet somehow, I'm the big old asshole because I didn't risk my nuts for her. I killed Alpha. Alright, so yeah, I was helpful. If I hadn't done that, every person you know, their skull would be on a spike. I got a door open on the far end.
Did you close it?
Gage?
You idiot.
Hey, this one's getting Sasquatch. Give me a hand.
We opened that, they'll all get in. It's right there. No needs.
See, Maggie is.
Hell with you.
They're doing the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's not making a case for herself, I'll tell you that. Who's that guy?
Are you insane?
Oh my god. Fuck!
Maggie! Open the door! Okay, I won't do it again. I won't do it again. I'll be better. Please, I promise.
Maggie, listen to me. We have time. We can get that door open.
I was like, you're not gonna die fast enough.
No, you're not.
Dude.
You gotta stab yourself in the heart, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
If I had a gun, I would have shot that window.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh.
That was me. I've been doing any fucking possible thing I could to get the hell out of here.
Oh. Now she has to understand Negan. She has to.
Definitely can't.
Oh!
Oh.
Definitely can't fall back on her argument.
No, it's gone. She just did the same exact thing Negan did. Actually, she was worse, I think, because Negan, she did just basically say that she thinks every day about killing Negan. So
No.
she let an innocent boy get fucking killed.
But now, look at watch my friend walk in here with the two questioners, and I haven't seen her or them walk out. If you could just check. No one is in there, sir. My other friend went to use the ladies' room.
Oh, there he is.
He said he'd give us food for our trouble. I knew that he was a liar. But I was starving. I held a knife to his throat and reached in his pocket. I pulled out the chloroform rag he was going to use on me. Stuffed it in his mouth. There were these three deformed, we'd call them men. They came after me, but I handled them.
That's one of like the
They
road.
were trying to get free.
The fucking house. People in the basement.
That's the worst thing ever.
Fuck those people.
I walked to a door at the end of this hallway.
One thing to be a zombie, another thing to be a fucking cannibal.
Yeah.
Now, and her belly was round and full. Whatever was inside of there was trying to get out. And I went upstairs and there were three more just like her. Do you know the first thing I thought? The very first thing that crossed my mind? If they're alive, there must be food here.
Wow.
I don't feel anything when I tell you that. Do you understand me? Because that is what's out there. What we had in Hilltop. In Meridian. It's rare. It has to be. Because if it isn't,
It means we were lucky.
Apocalypse never ends, basically. Did you do that for Duke?
What?
Did you do it for Zeus?
No.
How the fuck did that zombie always? Oh, come on.
Especially in the circumstances, you can appreciate the company of a dog.
He's alive.
Apparently.
How bad is it?
Ain't good. You with topside?
Yeah.
Oh.
I like to think that'd be me. If I was gonna die, just take it.
Tell my kids I didn't die, coward.
think your best bet is to have be close, right?
A few at once.
Did that do that?
Yeah.
It's not going to have
They scatter. Let it spread. Let it spread.
Oh, that's not
You
good.
gotta be fucking kidding me.
Oh, shit.
There you go.
I like to think they might understand each other.
I think they might.
Shit, leave that open. That's a really cool job.
Oh, dude, that's cool.
That's awesome. I love the music too.
Yeah, this is cool. I think Negan needs a moment like this so personally.
Oh shit. Hell yeah.
That's cool. Fuck.
Thank God that guy gave him that grenade.
Not just a cool guy. He signs up for the show, like, we need to be this badass. I didn't die a coward.
Yes. I thought he was doing something else.
Oh, shit. Rubbing one off.
They're being processed. Processed is in administratively. Processed is in bologna or other meat stuffs is in choir minds.
Bologna. I've never heard of it called bologna.
Bologna.
I'm going to give you 2 questions. You're going to give me 2 answers, truthful ones. You do that, you get to go. But what if, as fools are wont to do, and I'm nothing if not a fool, then beautiful voice.
It was Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
I'm afraid that if Stephanie finds out that I wasn't honest with her either, that she might want to have nothing to do with me anymore.
Sweet Jesus.
Because everything else I've said up to this point has been a goddamn truth. You have successfully completed initial processing and consideration for asylum and citizenship in these United Townships. Went to West Point, asshole.
Stephanie.
You don't got a chance with her, I'll tell you that.
No way, dude.
That's,
No way.
I wouldn't be smiling if God, fuck! Now she sees my face.
I mean, he looks like hell right now.
There's not a lot you can do.
Not a lot he can do. I mean, she was.
You're fat in your apocalypse, so
Your food.
there's something wrong with it.
Might mean you're eating well. Might be a status symbol.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess you're right. Like in the old world.
Keep it. Nope. It was odd.
Just quiet understanding.
I think so.
He immediately turned his back to her, like he knew that she wasn't going to shoot him in the back of the
I
head.
think he bought some faith.
Who's that?
Oh, the dude.
Oh, for real?
I thought he was a goner.
Me too. Now I kind of want to know more about him.
Place sure has gone to shit since last time I was here.
Damn, that's bad. Damn, all the way down through there.
It's like Spartacus.
Yeah.
Let's double back. We can cut
Oh!
He ain't there now.
Jesus!
He walks, man.
What was thrown at him? Like someone threw a machete like this?
Tomahawk. Machete was
That's terrifying.
That was a reaction. This is our discussion. It was a stronger episode than the premiere. The premiere was pretty good. Yeah, I know. Like I read a bunch of reviews and they thought it was okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. I mean, this show is not fucking. It's killing zombies and
It's not complicated.
you know,
pretty basic concept.
Right.
yeah, and like for me, the show suffered when the main storyline dragged with the savior stuff, and then when the killing zombies wasn't good.
Right.
Now killing zombies is actually, I think, pretty cool again.
Yeah.
You know,
No, I love
Brought
seeing
back some tension.
yeah.
I love seeing zombies killed. I mean, that never gets old for me, but it's good to have a good storyline. And I think so far in this season, it's been fairly strong.
Yeah, like-
I did enjoy this episode more than the first, though.
Yeah, I think the storyline with the characters is extremely strong.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like it's great to have Maggie and Negan there, like that, and just the Commonwealth thing. Like, I'm more interested now. Like when they talk about opening these doors, it's the Commonwealth. I don't know anything about the Commonwealth, and
The immigration process, man.
yeah, I mean, it makes me think that it's just like another successful civilization.
Exactly. And I was hoping we get a peek inside
That
the
somehow fucking Alpha and Beta controlling 100,000 zombies all over the fucking states didn't see this one.
door. Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Well, they may
yeah.
not be able to do much. I mean, if they were a strong enough front
Yeah,
with enough armed resources, I mean, they probably focus on the rest of it. Maybe they can get it later once they get big enough.
yeah. But it just sometimes I always feel like, okay, for instance, like Alexandria and was Hilltop.
Hilltop, yep.
Like those like establishments, they're there for a number of seasons, a number of years, and they said we got to go on a scouting mission. Like we're gonna go like loot in houses. I'm like, dude, you've had to have covered everything in a 50-mile radius, like in like 3 years.
In that time
You
period.
think you'd have a... Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it just
We said it's the
you just gotta forgive that
the
stuff.
United Townships.
Yeah, it makes you think.
Reminds me a little bit of the United Cities in America and Death Stranding.
Okay.
But so you have these epicenters of civilization
Mm-hmm.
pocked all around this landscape. And they have all those resources they pooled.
And
They
they
may have, if they're, I don't know what they're basing their resources off of. They originally were military people that were able to,
yeah
stand a good front in the beginning and then accumulate
yeah. So
resources over time.
and
then
they all elect a
and all those little townships that were successful or moderately successful, they
Yeah.
had it was easier to go through and band them together.
okay. So and they all vote for a leader.
Well, they might. I don't
Okay.
fucking know yet, but
Yeah.
that's what I'm going to assume. They might be a military fucking dictatorship right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe it's just a really cool name. Who knows? We'll
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be like 50 people. I mean, like,
no, you'd think it'd be a big settlement.
well, I mean, the way civilizations work, once you're able to have like survival stuff, you start working on governing everything, everyone's jobs,
Administration.
and then you have art and stuff. Yeah, I mean, so like,
Well, the art comes from freedom of labor.
yeah. So if there's guys.
You don't
in-
have that until all the other necessities are taken
So if
care
the
of.
if they have all the necessities taken care of, and there's a guy fucking who's, like Yumiko,
Right.
she was talking about like in this world, I think what I do, what the guy who's the janitor is probably more important than the guy fucking who used to be a lawyer.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Well, you got to clear up that shit. It's like dead bodies back in the plagues.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You got to get that shit out of there.
It's funny. Watch them go through there and be like 5 people. No, I doubt it. There's
Yeah.
probably gonna be a whole
Because
bunch of
this is
people
the
there.
last season, I imagine they had to go bigger and harder than everything else. I think the Commonwealth storyline is one of the last ones in the comics.
What I want to know is the Stephanie and Eugene thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because she was an attractive woman.
She was a pretty girl, bitch. She walked through there, and I was like, "Ooh, okay."
Yeah.
And, he is,
Eugene, he's kind of.
That's
Yeah.
one of your 75-25 scenarios you
Yeah,
talked
yeah.
about yesterday.
And if
So
it's a big
it-
civilization, there's got to be other attractive men there, and I just don't know if.
Well, in this type of world, I think the status you're going to have besides it's going to be your ability to survive and provide, and protect, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And Eugene is smart and he can help. If
He
he
ain't that other guy.
yeah, he's not. He's not fucking Mr. West Point. You know
No,
what I mean?
no.
So it was funny if she came through and West Point kissed her.
Yeah. That's what I was going to. That's getting ready to say that. I was getting ready to say that.
Yeah.
That would have been hilarious. Eugene though, you were saying he's smart. When Negan was in control of his saviors, Eugene created ammo for them.
Yeah, he was
figured
like
out the whole
dude.
process.
Yeah, I mean, and he had his
Yeah.
own people he worked. And he was becoming one of them.
He was extremely valuable in that community.
In his
The goddamn Confederates having to haul out horse shit and manure out of fucking stalls.
Yep.
Yeah. But no, it's funny you said that about Mr. West Point, because Eugene's the type of guy. I'm probably that type of guy too, that can just completely read a woman wrong. And these conversations they've been having back and forth on the radio might be innocent conversations for her. And Eugene's madly in love, so it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. Like, it would surprise me if she had like a whole fucking family, and Eugene's like just fucking heartbroken,
Well, when I think of like the meta of the show,
Mm-hmm.
I think like, you know, if this is the last season, then they're going to have to give that character some happiness. I feel like because this is like the 50th time that he wouldn't be able to find it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would be the predictable thing.
But
though.
you know, but you're right. In real life, that doesn't have. There's no like happy ending.
There is no happy ending. Yeah, those guys
You
are
know.
single the rest of their life, virgins the rest of their life,
Yeah.
jerking off into a sock the rest of their life.
But okay, so Yumiko, her speech to those two people that she was talking to across the table, I actually thought that was pretty cool.
That was cool.
And the ability to read, like, you know, saying, I'm reading you guys. You know what I mean?
It had an effect. I mean, it had an effect, and
Yeah.
I think that's obviously what sped up the process of them being where they are now.
And the whole money thing, I think that's the idea that they're using money, like the dollar. I think that's kind of cool.
Currency.
What was interesting, though, is the first
Good.
episode, though, they had a big tank of them, and it didn't say destroy or incinerate or something.
Probably because they want to make sure the economy doesn't inflate.
Exactly, and that's
Yeah.
what I was going to say. Yeah, they're really controlling the currency at a certain level.
We're trying to maintain an economic balance.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you have an entire system that's probably based off a bartering system up until that point.
Right.
You reach that scenario, and they're trying to create, recreate that semblance of safety and security, and part of that is economics.
Yeah.
It was a good sleight of hand, though, because when I saw it in the first episode, I assumed that they were trying to wipe out everything that was the old, right? Like wipe it out. And yeah, I assumed that it was not a nice place back then. I don't know if you guys remember, but in the first episode, it left off with Eugene and the whole group of people. We thought they were going to probably leave until Yumiko saw the
Her
picture.
brother's there.
Her
Yeah.
brother's there. And then we theorized in the post discussion that, hey, they should probably leave, get more resources, and come back. Well, obviously.
I think that's smarter, personally.
Yeah.
You don't fucking know what's going to happen.
Exactly.
No, I just, honestly, you know, like the past few seasons of The Walking Dead, like the main plot is sometimes it's okay. The character stuff is better, and I felt this way. Like the Commonwealth stuff, until we got to the end, I wasn't too intrigued with the mystery.
Right.
I'm a little more now, but the stuff that's happened on the subway train was awesome.
They also
Oh,
wrapped
it's
up
amazing.
Eugene's story
Yeah.
with the Commonwealth story.
Yeah,
So that all comes around full circle
yeah.
to bring that into development.
And I can't believe
It could just be a bunch of hard ass,
Yeah.
hardliners that are just wearing these, goofy looking suits and
Right.
standing there with automatic rifles. And every scenario you run into that with the governor and Negan, these fucking guys that take control.
Yeah.
A bunch of bad. It's always the same thing.
Yeah.
Kind of like Nazis in movies. It's always these threatening guys,
Right.
intimidating people, marching around, giving orders.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But they brought that back and made it human with Eugene and his story.
Yeah,
So-
and I can't remember what that girl's voice sounds like because she was talking on the
Samantha?
radio
Or Stephanie, I
for
mean?
multiple seasons.
Yeah.
Well, maybe for like a season, I think I should say. And I wonder if that's the same actress. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool. What did you guys think about Maggie? Basically
Her storyline, like her story when she talked about when they found the woman upstairs.
Yeah, I mean that was
Okay,
fucking-
so I'm an idiot, guys, and I couldn't hear very well.
Right.
So was she saying that she found 3 zombified women?
No,
And-
she said that one of them was zombified and the other 3 were not.
they were still humans and her heart was beating.
She's saying
yeah.
the other 3 were stitched up, the arms and legs removed, eyes gouged out, no tongue, and they were up there in the attic. The guy was keeping them in the attic.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he said he found
She said
3.
there were worse ways to die than that kid
Yeah.
died, and that's how those women went.
Yeah. Okay.
He's-
That's what I thought. At one point, I thought she made it sound like. Okay, I'm an idiot. I thought she said like one of them or 3 of them were pregnant, and they were zombies, and the baby inside was
The first one
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
and was a zombie.
Okay. Did she say anything about
That
this?
guy's been raping them
Raping them, yep.
and, obviously impregnating them.
Yeah.
Zombie
And
babies.
then,
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just.
And didn't she say there was 3 deformed men downstairs?
one of the rooms.
But she wouldn't call them men. She said there was 3 deformed.
probably-
and I wouldn't call them men.
They were probably just guys from the fucking that movie we were talking about, The Road. Of McCarthy.
Road is
Yeah.
fucking
It
cannibal.
sounds awful. It sounds like a horror movie.
There are some pretty shitty situations.
Yeah, but I mean that leads to the question of how much empathy does Maggie have left? I mean, she let that boy just get fucking eaten by zombies on the other side. I don't know if she was around long enough to have any kind of like emotional connection to that boy. But that was pretty brutal.
I thought, did she come with her from the previous town?
Did he?
I thought so.
I thought he might have. I don't remember him from Alexandria before, so it's possible.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know a lot of these dudes' name, like the big guy.
Yeah,
I didn't know his name.
Yeah, I don't know his name, but either.
Negan called him Sasquatch.
Oh yeah, Sasquatch.
His fucking name is what he called him.
I wonder if it was Daryl or one of the other guys that had been around for a long time, if she would have let him perish as well. If it was like just a blanket, like, hey, you know what? We don't have the ammo. We don't have the resources. Sorry about your luck.
It was a story mechanism because it ties her into what Negan did to her.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Which, and I, I think we know if that was Daryl, she would
have tried to save him.
But like,
well, they can't let Daryl die.
No,
hell no,
or they just wouldn't put him in a situation that would make it contradict the choice that she just made.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I really like that. It's funny how quick it happened, but I like how Negan was just silent.
Yeah.
And I think he just kind of knew that she knew.
It was
he's just so toned down compared to what he was.
He is. It was a very clever way.
Because he's been in fucking prison for
a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a very clever way to get Maggie to see Negan's perspective and what happened between them two in the back of the train car. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. And okay, also Daryl's his little, because he's kind of like a little storyline by itself.
Right.
Chase had the dog. I thought it was just appropriately tense and cool. I just, I enjoy The Walking Dead when just the survivors are just surviving and looking for shit. They see shit from the old world.
Yeah.
I think that's entertaining. I do.
It felt like his little story almost felt like a video game to me. Just like kind of wandering around, like
maybe that's why I think
find random shit.
Yeah, find random shit.
Yeah. So I know professional critics, when they write about it, they don't like it. I do.
I enjoyed it.
I just really do. I don't know why.
Well, they want the higher arts. They're inverted snobs.
Yeah,
they are.
So
not us.
Not us. It reminded me of Resident Evil and just going around and finding like little bags of stuff and looking at it.
Yeah, I was like, I just watched that man. Find stuff.
It was cool. I loved it.
Scavenge.
And okay, so the shot when he was on the subway, and that was, I think we all thought that was fucking sweet as hell.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
That was one of the best shots actually I've ever seen in the entire Walking Dead series.
It was very good, yeah. I kind of thought it might be better for the viewer, because we all know Daryl's a badass, if Negan, like, he had that shot.
Had that moment.
Yeah.
If he had that story moment.
Yeah.
Personally, I thought.
Well, that always is more important to the relationship with Maggie building than it is to show him being a badass again, because you just went through all of him being a badass.
Yeah.
So
I guess to me, I thought, like, you hand him a gun, and now let's see why he's useful type moment. To Maggie.
Right.
Well, you're seeing that, though.
Yeah, you
because
are.
She's asking
well,
him
because he took charge
there.
and went to the door and started shooting him.
Well, not just that, but when at the end of the episode, they're trying to find where it is they said they needed to go now.
The tower or whatever, or the radio station or something.
It was a radio tower, but they said it was a town.
They had food. Georgie had stashed food and ammo and stuff, and they were trying.
There was the name of the town, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the fuck it's called, but at any rate, she's like, "Do you know where that is?"
Yep.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah. So it was just, I liked when a show can like show us like what's going on in their heads, like the mutual respect, instead of kind of like, so you guys respect each other now.
Yeah.
It was good. Like this is why the show is, like, these past 2 seasons are so much better than fucking Savior storyline.
Yeah. Well, I tell you
I
what.
know you like it. I hated it, Jamie. Telling you.
I see what you're saying about Negan and the big moment if that was him instead of Daryl, but I also think that it's good that they kind of let Negan kind of work his way back in on Maggie's terms. It was good that Maggie's the one that had to like hand him the handgun.
Yeah.
And she kind of initiated that, so I think it was good.
Yeah.
What about the dude that ended up getting shot in the eye by an arrow there at the end at Daryl?
I
think it was useless to have him come back. I guess maybe they brought him back just so he could die.
Yeah, they did. It was just
because they didn't want to kill off any of the other guys.
Right.
So they just brought him up.
Well,
to be the guy who gets killed.
Killed.
It's like that. It's like the transition to like, now we're fighting this boss.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's kind of shocking too that he had that cool line that tell my kids I didn't die, coward.
Yeah, it made it seem like he's gonna fucking die.
Yeah.
And
then he comes back and everybody's kind of shocked. He's still alive, and like 2 seconds later he gets shot in the head.
Well, what the hell was he?
Like, we'll never know. Probably.
I guess
that's what I think is bad form. Is he didn't come back with Daryl when he got into the rail cars.
Right.
I agree with you there. Because that means he just stayed there. By the way, this guy gave me grenades. Let's help him.
Yeah, let's go get him real quick.
And then he skipped that conversation.
Bad writing.
Right.
I agree because that character. I agree. I think his character just was. That was like my favorite moment, actually. and he just dies like that.
Yeah, but that's a cool thing to put on your tombstone, though. Like I think, like when I die, like if I die in a cool way, I want someone to put on my tombstone.
What do I want of mine, Zach?
Tell my kids I didn't die coward.
Shane Farley, life here, died at sea.
I think it'd be cool though. Tell my kids I didn't die a coward. That'd be awesome to be on your tombstone. No matter if it's true or not, it'd just be cool.
He died a big ass coward.
What do you want on your tombstone? What do you want on your tombstone, Zach?
Don't even ask that.
Pepperoni and cheese.
Pepperoni and
Zach
cheese.
wants to be in an unmarked
You remember
grave
those commercials?
in a Civil War fucking.
The pizza commercials?
No, I don't know.
You don't remember the pizza commercials?
no.
What do you want on your tombstone?
I don't remember
It's
that.
Tombstone pizzas.
What do you want on your tombstone?
Pepperoni and cheese.
Time for Tombstone Pizza.
Oh yeah. I know the pizza. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
those are so good.
Yeah, that's funny.
They're like the Cadillac of home store-bought pizzas.
Frozen pizzas.
Yeah.
Zach just wants to die in a field somewhere, and like his body just will away eventually, and go
Like
into
fucking
go into
like
the
a,
dirt.
like a snap.
Just let the crows eat me.
Just go into back into the earth, and then like Shane and I'll just be like going there and just like dropping flowers in the middle of the field someday. I think it was about right here where he died.
Yeah.
I think he was drug off over there somewhere.
I like Daryl's moment with the flail. I mean, after the time jump, they started having all these cool like medieval weapons and shit. We haven't seen a lot in this season.
I mean, I know it's not as big of a deal in this zombie scenario, but the blood spatter. The edged weapons, especially knives, anything close range or a flail, or a blood spatter where it gets in your fucking eye.
I don't know what the rules are in this about.
Well, obviously, that's not a case because people with blood on them all the time.
Yeah, 28 days later, you get a drop in your fucking eye.
I know, like fucking what's his name? The Gangs of New York.
Brendan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Brendan Gleeson.
Brendan Gleeson.
Yep.
Ah!
Yeah, it's just all it would take.
Yeah, in this, I don't know.
I don't think it's the case. It can't be because too many people have blood on them all the time.
All the time.
And they're right up against these zombies, and they're stabbing them in the head with their face about 8 inches from the zombie's head.
Yeah, I guess
And it's just it's unrealistic if that's the case.
But well, they
they never established.
They'd have found out by now.
Yeah, you're right because I think
they already have the virus though that turns them into a zombie when they die.
Yeah.
So maybe the blood has no.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like they haven't in the show said anything.
It has to transfer somehow when the zombie bites you.
Well, that's to say the rules of transmission.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So in this particular world, I don't think the transmission matters with blood getting on an open wound. I don't think.
I mean, I love the idea if there was a zombie apocalypse that I wouldn't have to worry about the blood.
That'd be amazing.
But because it seems like a very tedious rule that you'd have to worry about everything all the time.
Yeah, constantly. You have to wear eye goggles.
Well, not just that, but if you get it in your fucking mouth, you get it on your fingers and a fingernail.
Yeah.
Eating or something, you don't get it all washed off.
Yeah.
And then hygiene's out the fucking window with this shit.
Oh, dude. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you know that's a funky smelling world.
Yeah, you gotta think about that. Your pretty lady walks up to you and she fucking smells like that goddamn bum zombie that was there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Were you guys shocked that Maggie came back so quickly though?
I mean, they're definitely, if this is supposedly the last season, they definitely can't. They're not going to allow that shit to kind of.
They'll linger on too long.
They're not going to allow it to ripen.
Yeah, remember what happened with Glenn?
With how he got his brain smashed in?
No, I'm talking about when he fell, when it looked like he died. He was gone for a season and a half.
It was kind of
people
similar.
were like, "That was fucking cheap."
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, I don't think they wanted to do that.
I'm glad they didn't.
That was a fake out,
Yeah.
and this wasn't a fake out. I think
this is more like
that did piss me off.
building.
Well, so
you know when the little office, the little corporate retreats, when you fall into someone's arms and they catch you, and you learn to build trust. Well, it's like that.
Yeah.
Except you let them fall into the zombie's arms. So
Glenn's fake death was egregious to me. I'll be honest with you because he was completely surrounded and just.
Well, and he shows his face
overtaken.
like yelling.
Yeah, he's like this. He's like ah.
Yeah.
Well, even her, they were right on top of her.
Right.
They were, but
Glenn's was a fucking egregious. There was like
Glenn.
1,000
They show his face.
Yeah.
It just makes it seem like he definitely is getting eaten without showing the final blow.
Yeah,
Right.
but I'm just saying that.
In this, it was like they swarm. I'm like, okay, maybe they'll show them again. She gets underneath. They didn't even show that. They just showed her.
What did Glenn pull himself underneath of?
Like a dumpster.
The dumpster. Yeah, dumpster. Yeah. Which.
If he can get under there, then the zombies can.
Exactly, but you know,
I can't remember too much about it. There was a good reason why he survived, but in terms of the way they showed the audience, it looked like he was
the
definitely
shots and shit.
Yeah,
there's no way. Favorite moment.
Mine was a fucking guy who didn't want to die a coward and they got shot by an arrow in the eye.
He didn't die a coward. What about you, Zach?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe the bum zombie.
The bum zombie.
I mean, no moments really stood out to me as powerful moments.
Right.
I'm sure all kinds of people were like, "Oh my god, Roman Reedus is being a fucking awesome. I'm going to jack off to it when he's shooting through the cars." But
I like that one.
That was my favorite moment. So yeah,
there you go.
You jack off to
jack off over there. I mean, that was probably a great moment as far as shots go.
Yeah.
But he just has so many of those moments that,
right.
For me, it's kind of old hat.
Nah.
So I don't know. I mean, I didn't really have a favorite moment. I thought Maggie's story was good because they kind of set that scene up with her with the flare, so she had the glow on her face while she's telling this horrific story.
Yeah. Then she tells the story and then I told the story.
Just awkwardly burning while she's standing.
Yeah.
So I'd have to go with Mag's story.
Yeah. Okay.
Mag's is good.
Oh yeah.
In terms of what's coming next, I don't really know. I'm interested to see the Commonwealth stuff. Now I didn't really care before. And to me, okay. So what happened to Judith, by the way?
Judith?
Yeah,
she's still alive.
Okay,
she's back at Alexandria.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I mean, fucking vote for parents.
I did like when Eugene kind of, how do you say it, pulled himself together.
Came through.
He came through.
Not so much that he came through, but that he pulled himself together. You can see his nervousness change.
Yeah.
And you can see his hand stop shaking.
Yeah.
Rubbing his hand on his pants. So when he started telling his story, I thought actually that might be better than Mag's story just because of his performance change.
Yeah. I've never seen him that scared in my life.
That was pretty bad.
Which is weird because, I know it became an act, but he was that scared at first.
Yeah.
So for me it was interesting because he's been in so much scarier moments.
Yeah.
Like, he's been almost eaten by zombies, and here he's just with fucking people.
Maybe the emotional...
And, you know what I mean?
Maybe the Stephanie stuff was weighing on him.
Yeah.
I don't know. But, at the end there, felt like a scene out of The Purge, how the fucking... all those guys
exactly what I thought of.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I couldn't think of the name of the movie.
Yeah.
It's like these guys just took, well, this is our chance, guys!
It's killing time. It's killing time.
It's our time now.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what would happen in Ninja... I've always thought it'd be cool if they did a Ninja Turtle thing and then the zombie apocalypse happened.
Yeah, I thought about when
they were in the
tube.
sewer.
Yeah.
The same thing.
Yeah.
So like,
who'd be the first turtle to go? It almost had to be Mikey.
You feel like it'd be Mikey because he's a show off, but Raph is like a loner.
Yeah.
So he might put himself, but he's such a good fighter. I don't know.
My thoughts were Mikey or Raph.
Yeah.
Because Donnie's very intelligent.
Yeah. If there was like an actual movie on it. No,
Raph
and Leo would definitely win. They wouldn't die first.
They'd last for a while.
Yeah, they'd last.
Raph would be the guy that dramatically dies.
They're the B
end.
team. Yeah.
Mikey would be the first to go.
Yeah. If they wanted to shock people, I think they would kill Leonardo first.
That'd be
shocking.
shocking.
Yeah,
people.
but I think he
had to go like a
story. He
Yeah.
carries out too much of the story.
Yeah. And the guy who's with our crew, who's just wearing a fucking armor on his head,
Georgie.
he's just hilarious.
Georgie? Yeah.
He's just so hilarious.
Yeah. He reminds me of something
Like he's
else.
something pulled from a comic. And like, you know what, we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
And he's there, he doesn't say
Yeah.
anything. It's ridiculous, but it's funny.
He's cutting people off.
He reminds me of a character in something else, and I can't put it together, but he is...
Man in the Iron Mask.
Man in the Iron Mask?
No, just Leonardo DiCaprio. He has an iron mask, literally.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's by Alexander Dumas.
That's funny.
And I don't got too much else to say.
Yeah, me either.
I'm good.
It was good. I really liked it.
That covers it.
Guys, thank you so much for watching our reaction. We hope you enjoyed it. We certainly did. If you like us, you want to support us, check out our other stuff. We're doing many things. Like and subscribe. Hit the notification. And let's get some
Are
conversation
you sure
going.
your finger's pointing where they're at on the screen?
Hopefully. Get some conversation going down there.
Yeah.
All right.